Hey everybody, welcome to our Facebook session for ads for real estate. Today, what I'm going to be doing is just an extensive dive into modern day advertising on Facebook and what's actually working for other realtors that's tested and proven. We're going to be able to show you those ads today. So during today's session, the agenda, number one, we want to talk about why people fail with Facebook ads. Number two, why you should be running Facebook ads, how you can create simple, effective ads, then optimizing those ads. What types of ads should you be running as a realtor? The best practice is to maximize your ad spend on Facebook. And then we'll just do a quick recap at the end and answer any questions that you have. So the one thing I want to really cover is why people fail with Facebook ads, and really answer the question, do Facebook ads really work? And they definitely do. However, you have to have strategies in place and be running the right ads, which we're going to be able to cover today. Now, before I get into that, I really want to talk about my goal today for you when you're on this call is really just decide by the end of it if you're going to run Facebook ads or not. Because what I'm going to tell you is one of the main reasons that people fail on Facebook ads is they don't give it enough time. Okay, so by the end of this call, what I want you to do is either get committed and run Facebook ads, and I'm going to provide you with the tools to be able to do that, or just decide to put your marketing efforts somewhere else. Don't go half in and then the next shiny object comes and then you're moving on to it because it just won't work. However, if you just put in a little bit of time and energy with Facebook, it can be one of the buckets that brings you in more deals. It doesn't need to be your main thing, but it can help supplement your business. So what I hear a lot from agents and loan officers all the time is that the lead quality on Facebook sucks. So I've managed hundreds of loan officers, seen tons of different marketing, Facebook ads and everything else. And really when I've done the digging in, the research and diagnosing what the real problems are and why people fail with Facebook ads, it really comes down to these three things in most cases. One, they hired an agency. Two, they didn't really have a plan or a strategy. Or three, they gave up too soon. So let's just talk about an agency really quickly. Typically, they're charging between $1,000 to $1,500, and that's just their fee. That's not money that's going to your ad spend. And if you're just an individual realtor, you're not running a big team, you're not switching ads all the time, you're not doing a ton of retargeting at this point because your campaigns are at the very beginning stages of Facebook, then there's no reason for you to be paying an agency. You can run static ads that are very simple to launch with the help of the training that I'm going to help provide you, and with anybody that's on an Upwork or a Fiverr for a very cheap cost. So just imagine if you were instead spending that 1,000 to 1,500 directly on ads. Okay, so for example, if you only had $2,000 total and 1,500 was going towards the agency and 500 was going towards your ads, and each lead was costing $10, well, you're going to get 50 leads for $2,000 cost, right? So that's driving up the cost per lead up to $40 versus them being $10 a piece. And if you spent $2,000, you'd get 200 leads. That's the difference of where a lot of people fail, is because you're in a long sales cycle with real estate, is too much of the money is going towards the agency. So if you ever ran into that before, or you've spoken to somebody that's done that before, we're not going to be utilizing an agency. You don't need that at this point, so that won't be a problem for you. Number two is you don't have a plan or a strategy. So I have some people that spend too much money too quickly. So they basically burn their ad spend. And what happens is they can't manage all of the leads because they've never done leads before, or they just get too many all at once. They can't call them all in a timely manner. And so those leads are kind of wasted. And now they don't have additional ad spend to go, longer in the cycle with Facebook. What we want to do is we want to spend consistently the same amount of money until we get comfortable and obviously profitable. And then you start scaling and adding more ads. With that being said, what you're doing is allowing Facebook's AI technology and Pixel to be able to start utilizing it to figure out who is best for your audience and who they should be showing the ad to, so it gets better and better. Also, a lot of people have no automatic systems to follow up with clients long term. So you may or may not be using a CRM at this point. A lot of people, shockingly, in this business, they know they should be using a CRM, but they don't use it. Now, I always say the best CRM is the CRM that you use. If you're using one that you like, almost all of them integrate with a Facebook lead forms or a Facebook ad. So we can, figure that out depending on which one you're using. And if you're not using a CRM currently, I have a solution for you that we'll get into later. And then not targeting a specific type of client or area. So I see a lot of people just kind of pick out, if like I'm in San Diego, instead of picking a smaller area that I might farm, they're doing all of San Diego County and they're not doing any sort of interest or targeting based on that. And so they're just getting a lot of mishmash of leads. So the consistency of what their pitch is, what their emails are, what their texts are, aren't consistent enough for them to be successful. And then not following up quickly enough. So if you're not used to leads, you're used to referrals, or you're used to friends, family, those types of people coming to you, you may be able to call them at any point during the day and follow up with them. With leads, it's very important that you follow up very quickly. So if you're not used to that and you're not following up with them until hours later, the next day, and then maybe a few days after that, then you're not going to be good at leads. Okay, so just to be able to talk about the last one, which is giving up too soon. We kind of hit on that. Facebook's algorithm does take a little bit of time to kick in. So if you don't allow that time, then your ad's not going to be optimized. So the first couple of weeks, the cost per lead may be a little bit high, but as it figures out what it's supposed to be targeting, your cost per lead should keep coming down. Also, we talked about this, but right now, especially with interest rates being higher and the market still being pretty competitive, there's a lot of people that aren't able to find a home right away. So if you don't stay in touch with those people, number one, you may lose out on that business, but two, the sales cycle might be 3, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. So if you decide, oh, the Facebook ads weren't working, those leads weren't any good, and then you've stopped calling them, well, 6 months from now, they might have been a buyer in there. I'm not saying that you have to run every campaign for 6 months, because you definitely want to track what's working and what's not working. But if you're in this to make a quick buck and try to figure out if Facebook leads are right for you over a 2-week, 3-week period, just don't get started, because you're not going to have enough time to be able to build a pipeline and be able to convert the leads. But if you do commit to it, you can be very successful. And you can see one of the groups here in San Diego that's a very successful group is the Be Your Home team. You can see they have 587 Google reviews. They have 572 Zillow reviews, and they run Facebook ads. Now, a group like that kind of spends this kind of money, if I'm local here in San Diego, so I see their billboards, they're on bus stops, they do a lot of marketing. They know what they're doing. They wouldn't be marketing on Facebook if it wasn't working for them. And you can see they started running these ads in April 10th, 2023, both of these. And these two ads are super simple. You can definitely create ads just like this. The first one just says, here are some best homes for sale in San Diego and Riverside counties. And the other one just says, looking for homes in Chowchilla, California or nearby. We picked a few listings you might love. People click on this, it's going to take them to their website that has a pixel on it. So then that they know who went to their website, they can retarget those people. And they're obviously going to try to capture a name, phone, and email. Another successful group out here in San Diego is the Whistle Realty Group. You can see 478 Google reviews. And then you can see that they have over 1,000 Zillow reviews. Again, they're running very simple ads. They've been running these since September 19th of 2023 and July 9th of 2023. So not just a week, not 2 weeks, but months they've been running this ad. They would only be doing that if it was working for them. And again, it's just a list of homes. So one of the ways that we can do research and find a lot of ads that we know are working is Facebook ad library is public. Now, don't go there right now, because it'll just get you distracted from what we're doing here today. I'll provide this website address to you, but you can search for all of the ads in an area. All you do is select housing as the category, and then you can put in a city, you can type in a phrase or a zip code, and everybody running ads with any of those things in them, they will pop up, and then you can see what other realtors are running. So if you do that enough times and you know successful realtors and you can see how long the ads have been running, you can see what's working for people all across the country. And a lot of times it's very similar. So That's how we're able to figure out what's working. And then obviously we're going to do our own testing. Now, look, if you stay till the end, what I'm going to provide you is a Facebook mini course that I've created. It's going to show you how to find these winning ads, okay, utilizing the Facebook library. We're going to do proven done for you ad copy, step by step, how to set up a business page if you don't have one, and then how to set up the ads as well. And then a one-on-one 30-minute consultation just to be able to figure out what your goals are, what type of ads that you want to run, make sure that you have the systems in place like the CRM. And if it takes more than 30 minutes, that's completely fine. But we're going to dedicate at least 30 minutes individually to you. Okay, because we want to, give you the best opportunity. If you decide to go in and do Facebook, that you're giving yourself the best opportunity to do so. Now, I think it's really important if you're going to work with somebody and you're going to take, their training and what they're doing, that you want to make sure that they're actually implementing what they're talking about. So I just want to show you that I am running ads myself. I'm on my Facebook page right here. You can see Trevor Gravink right here. If I click on Ads Manager, there's several different accounts that I'm currently managing right now. I'm going to go to one of them that we're running consistently investor style ads. And I just want to show you the numbers that we're running on here. So you can see that we're generating leads around $10, and this has been consistent for a very long period of time. And these are just static ads. So again, something that's very doable for anybody, regardless of their tech savviness. You can see over the last 30 days, we've generated about 113 leads. We only spent around $1,200, and the cost per lead is hovering right around $10, $11 on the two different ads there. Now, besides this account, I also manage a lot of other types of lead accounts for Facebook. This is a software that compiles all of them. You can see that we're running quite a few campaigns. We have a health care campaign for nurses, a veterans campaign for VA. You can see the cost per action over here. So that's the cost per lead essentially. So I just want to show you that what we're talking about today is something that I do myself and that I help others do. And hopefully, if you decide to commit to Facebook, we'll be helping you as well. Now, I don't put this slide up here to brag, but I do want you to know that not only do we generate the leads, but I do fund loans as well. This isn't just something that we talk about. This is something that we do. And you can see in 2020, I was top 1%. And then from May 2022 to April 2023, I funded over 84 million in loans. Now, I don't want you to think that this is all coming from Facebook. I run Facebook, I run Google, as well as I obviously built up a business over time. So I do get referrals and other types of loans, but definitely a decent amount of business has come from online leads. And I just want to show you that what we're talking about today is something that we do every single day here at my office. So why should you be running Facebook ads? One is the average person spends about 1 hour on Facebook or Instagram. And so it's an excellent platform for you to reach a wide audience at scale. So instead of, potentially putting your marketing and ad spend on a billboard that only some people drive by in an area and you can't really track what people are looking at that and what they're coming from, with Facebook, you can market to a whole city. It's going to reach a lot more people. And if they do click on basically your billboard on Facebook, which is your ad, you can track all of that. So you can target local customers, also their interests and behaviors and other things to be able to get a little bit more dialed in on who you want to deal with as a realtor. You can track the metrics such as impressions, so how many people looked at your ad, how many people that looked at your ad clicked on it, and then turned into leads. So that's going to allow you to be able to scale your business versus if you have a lot of marketing pieces out there that you can't really track. It's really hard to know where to spend more of your marketing dollars. So for a small business or individual person like a realtor, I really think online leads and marketing is the best way for you to kind of be able to monitor what's working for you and how you can continue to grow your business. And then lastly, you can leverage your leads. So people that buy from you, or use you as a buyer realtor, I should say. One day, if you keep in touch with that person, you did a great job as the realtor on the buy side, they may turn into a seller. Some of the buyers that we deal with, they already own a property, so they need to sell first. So it could actually potentially be two deals. And then having buyers is also going to give you credibility in your listing presentations. So when you go out there to the home and you say, well, not only am I going to market your house from here moving forward, but I've already been marketing homes and I've already building a buyer's list and I have interested people in this area right now that I'm going to email out the second that you decide to sign the listing with me, and we could have your property sold right away. And then you can show them your database of all the people that are potentially, leads of people that want to buy homes. And then obviously, the more contacts that you have in your database, it usually equals out to more referrals if you stay in touch with those people and you add value to them by sending them different things by email, text, and just staying in touch with them. All right, so let's talk about the process of getting ads launched. So if you don't already have a Facebook business page, you will need to be able to create one of those. It's very simple. And if you don't know how to be able to do that, there's people on Upwork or Fiverr that can help you set that up for a very cheap amount of money, maybe like $50, and they'll make it look professional with your logos and pictures and everything else. If you already have one, then you're all set. Then from there, once you have a business page, you're allowed to create an ads manager account. And then you're just going to set up how you're going to pay for the ads, and then obviously create the ad and put a budget in. So pretty simple process. Now let's talk about creating simple, effective ads. First of all, you need to choose your campaign objective. You can do awareness, traffic, engagement, leads, and the last two do not apply to us, app promotion and sales, because we're not utilizing those. We're not selling anything. We're a service business. So let's just talk about awareness might be more for like an open house. Traffic might be if you want to send somebody to a website where you're maybe doing a blog or something like that. And engagement might be a post where you want people to share, like, and comment on it. And then lastly is leads. And leads is where we want to start. Okay, so we're going to choose leads. And then you're going to choose your conversion location. So you can create a lead form within Facebook itself. If you've ever clicked on an ad, you've probably seen it before where it pops up. You just automatically can put in your info. Or you can take them off of Facebook to a website landing page. Now, it's a little bit more complicated, a little bit more set up. We don't need to go that direction yet. Instant forms is going to be the easiest way to get you launched. And then it also will get you the cheapest leads, as well as it's going to allow your marketing dollars to go further, which will allow Facebook's AI to kick in quicker so they know who to be able to show more of the ads to. So we are going to start with the instant forms. Now, once you get your ads launched and you're starting to be profitable and you get the hang of leads and utilizing a CRM and all those other things, then that's when you scale and you start doing other tests, like sending them off to a landing page, maybe using the messenger within Facebook and other things, but let's keep it simple from the beginning. And the instant forms are easy to set up. Like I said, the leads are cheaper and Facebook's going to work faster. So now that we know we're going to use instant forms, now we want to target our audience. Now we are in real estate, so we're a special category under housing. So that means that some of the functionalities of targeting on Facebook aren't allowed. Okay, so let's talk about what you can't target. First of all, age, gender, zip or postal code, income. You can't exclude certain areas. They would think that it's like redlining. No geo-targeting in less than 15 miles. You can't use lookalike audiences. And then some interests and behaviors are not allowed either. Now, the great part is that Facebook's AI will help us be able to utilize all of their tools to be able to dial in where we want to be. But the things that you can target is a location, and then it's going to be 15 miles outside of that location as well. Detailed targeting interests, which we'll get into on the next slide, and then retargeting. So these are people that went to your website or potentially past clients that you upload into Facebook as well. So let's talk about a few interests that you can target. So you can do a lot of things that have to do with investing. So real estate investing, or the middle category here that you see, first-time home buyer, or people that went to Zillow.com or Realtor.com. And then other things that might lead you to believe that they might be selling a property or buying a property, such as looking for single family homes, condominiums, townhomes. Once you decide your interests, you're going to set your audience location. Again, you want to probably pick a large enough area that there's enough people in it, but at the same time, not too broad, because maybe you won't drive that far to be able to show them homes. Okay, so if you're in an area with a high population, this shouldn't be an issue for you. If you're in an area where perhaps there's less people, then you might need to expand your reach a little bit. And then your interests. So for example, if you want to work with real estate investors, then I would pick all these categories that have to do with investments. This is what we target. I'm not saying that you should target that because we're on the loan side of the business. It's slightly different, but this is just showing you how you might choose your interests. And then your budget and duration. So for most of my ads, my duration is until I turn it off. Okay. But let's just say that you're doing an open house a week away from now on Saturday, and today's Monday. I might run that ad Monday through Friday and then have that ad pulled down Friday at midnight. So then it's not running anymore. And I might just run it for $10 a day. Okay. For your ads that are static and there's a never ending basically ad that's running as long as it's working, what you want to do for the daily budget is just take your monthly budget and divide it by 30 days. So if all you can spend during the month is $800, then divide that by 30, and then you're going to put $26 a day for that particular ad. So let's talk about creating the ad. First of all, you have your primary text. Okay, you don't have to worry about writing fancy copy in today's age. We have AI to be able to do that for you. In fact, this ad that you're looking at right here was created by ChatGPT. All I did was tell ChatGPT what I'd like, and then it wrote this up for me, and then I created different versions of this. You need your headline. So that's this little part in the bottom left-hand corner. This is a smaller piece of text. So like for this one, it just says invest smarter with DSCR loans. And then you're going to upload your media and do your call to action. So the call to action is the button in the bottom right-hand corner. So for this one, because we're talking about a particular loan type, we do learn more. If you're trying to get somebody to go to your website and do your blog each time, maybe you're doing subscribe. If you're going to do an open house, maybe you're going to do book now or get showtimes. So it depends on what type of ad that you're running is what you might choose for the buttons. And you might try different variations because surprisingly, the button will generate different results based on what you're marketing. And then your media, we're just talking about static pictures at the moment. Okay, make it easy for you. You don't need to get in front of a camera or do anything with fancy videos. This is just static images, and this have worked for a very long time and continues to work. Now let's talk about optimizing the ads to make sure that you're getting the most out of the ad spend. So again, we talked about utilizing ChatGPT. So you want multiple headlines so that Facebook rotates them over and over again until it finds which one is the winning headline that most people are clicking on. So what I did was I just went to ChatGPT and just said, write me 5 different headlines for Facebook ads off of. And then I put in quotes, the one that I created myself, invest smarter with DSCR loans. And then it came up with these 5 variations in a matter of seconds. So I don't need to think about coming up with a bunch of different ones. Just use the power of AI and it's all free for you. Same thing with multiple variations of the primary text. Facebook allows you to have 6 versions of each. So put in 6 versions. And again, Facebook will figure out the combination that works best. And then lastly, we want to have multiple pictures as well. Now, if you're not into being able to generate artwork like this, I specifically use Canva, which is free, but I can show you one of the ways. I don't even actually generate all of these myself. Usually I pick different ads that I like, and then I send them to somebody on a Fiverr, which is basically independent workers that are you can pick for all sorts of categories, but for this specifically, it's for website design and graphics. And I just say, I want other ads that look like this, and they just create them for me and then send me the files. Okay, I did that. I did 10 of these for 40 bucks, so about $4 a piece. So again, you don't have to worry about creating these. It's something you can get done very cheaply. So let's talk about what type of ads you should be running. We want to run ads that we already know are out there and working for other people. So you could run a thinking of selling ad, and this is two examples that are currently out there right now. You can see the one on the left says thinking of selling your home, has a phone number. The other one just says find out what your home is worth. Next one, this is more like a home evaluation. What is your home worth in this market? What's your Chicagoland home worth? An open house, two examples. Again, you can see these are all just static pictures. This is a just listed ad. Buyer's guides, home search, selling guides. Now, this is one that I highly suggest you running, which is contests and giveaways. I love the one on the far left. We all know that people love and get excited about Powerball when it gets up to, nowadays it gets over $1 billion sometimes. So you can see this person was very creative, and the ad just says, this is legitimate. The team at RE Finley is going to share in the winnings if you like our page and share this post. This is a sponsored shared post, and then they posted the picture of the Powerball. So every person that liked it and shared it, okay, is going to have an opportunity to win in the Powerball, which we all know is almost impossible. But for $20, they got 184 people to like this post. They got 227 shares. Now, with that, anytime a person likes your post or shares it, you can go into the back of Facebook and now you can retarget those people. Okay, the one in the middle, this is a real estate agent that partnered up with a photographer and they're doing a giveaway. And the one all the way at the right, you can't see it, but that's actually a Loom video in the bottom left-hand corner. And he's actually talking as he spins an online wheel, and he's doing a giveaway of a gift card. And then he had put in the original one that Sue Gross was the winner from last month. And then he does it live right in front of him. And it's all about people that follow his page. So if you follow his page, he does basically a spin every month and picks a winner. So by getting those followers, he's able to post and be in front of them multiple times during the month. So definitely a very cheap way to keep people looking at you. Very creative. Now, if you have good testimonials or you've won awards or you just sold a property or your buyers just bought a property, no reason not to brag a little bit. Now, don't do this all the time, but for example, the guy that's doing the gift card giveaway, it would be nice for him to put these up every once in a while so those people that are now following him can see not only is he giving stuff away, but he actually is closing deals. And then lastly, a home list ad for like multiple properties. This one says, attention Naples home buyer and investors. And then it talks about having a sneak peek of homes in Naples under 699,000. So that's like the key is to keep price points at a certain mark that you know is most popular for an area based on stats that you can obviously find on your MLS. So let's talk about some best practices to maximize the ROI on your Facebook ads. One of the mistakes that people start off with leads that have never been in a lean type environment is a lead comes in and they're busy. They need to get a contract out. They have a client that's calling them, all of these things. And so you didn't get to it, so you'll try tomorrow. Then day two, the person doesn't answer. So you call one time and you leave a voicemail. Day three, you email, maybe you send a text message. Day four, maybe you try to call again. Now you haven't gotten a hold of them. And then day five, you kind of give up and you don't really have any follow-up systems to be able to keep following up and making sure that you pull out every deal possible out of your leads. Ideally, when a lead comes in, you should be calling it in 5 minutes or less. And then if they don't answer, a text message and an email should go out. And then you should be calling that person again one more time that day. And then you should be calling them 2 times every day for 5 days minimum. And that might seem like a little bit overkill. However, they filled out a form about getting information. So all you're trying to do is deliver that information. I'd rather have that person answer their phone and tell me that they never want me to call them again so I don't have to waste my time marketing to them versus being able to get a hold of that person and then them finally saying, oh yeah, I've been meaning to get back to you. I've just been really busy. And then they finally talk to you. A couple different tricks is one, don't call from the same number every time so you can get them on the phone. People are busy. They don't like to talk on the phone these days. A lot of people just want to text and email. Our business cannot be conducted through text and email. We need to be able to talk to these people and find out what they're looking for in a property, how soon they're looking to buy, what's holding them back, do they have the ability to buy, do they qualify, all of these things, and that just can't be done via those communication forms. Some of it can, but the initial, to be able to build enough credibility for them to want to work with you, it needs to be done in person or at least at minimum over the phone. Create follow-up campaigns for emails. If you don't have this, these are pretty simple to make these days with AI. It's not something that you need to have right away. It's always better to launch and then call your leads and then email them. And then once you email the first person, now you have an email that you can add into your workflow. You just copy and paste it. And then as you're working your leads and you're sending out messages to them, if you don't have these workflows built, all you have to do is just copy and paste the ones that you're sending out. And now you have it done for forever. Now, this is going a little bit above and beyond, but I definitely know it works, and that's create follow-up videos. So you know probably the most common questions that people are asking you, or maybe the concerns that they have, and sometimes they don't like to ask them, or they just don't know to ask them. So if you can deliver them what they're thinking about via video, number one, you're going to be speaking right to them, meaning what they're thinking about. But two, now they get to see your face and they start to know, like, and trust you. So it's not something that you have to do by any means, but if you have the ability and you're comfortable enough to do so, and this isn't going out on the internet or anything, I'm talking direct messages to the person through email and text. Okay. Just answering what you know people are always going to ask and then sending it out to them in a drip campaign. Also, broadcast text messages. That's something to be able to re-engage with people. And then the main thing from your perspective is having patience. Leads is a long-term play. It's not only about the deals that just come in today. For example, sometimes I get leads where the person calls me and they say, Trevor, I'm actually under contract for a property, an investment property. I saw your ad. I want to be able to, get some quotes from you and I can earn business right away. But that's very, very rare and just a bonus. Most of the time, it takes continued effort to be able to call out to these people, continued follow-up, okay? But with that, every deal that you bring in, that's another person that now know, like, and trust you that you can build referrals from, that you can go back to and get continued business. So it's really just making sure that you have a plan to win each day. So if that just means that you know what your activities should be. So as you're doing things during the day, when you're calling these people and you're talking to them on the leads, is that you're noticing, okay, I need to do X, Y, and Z for every lead that I talk to. That way you can implement a plan, you can consistently apply it, and then you can track your success over time through the numbers. So for me, it's important, what's my cost per lead? How many of those leads turn into credit pulls? What's the cost per credit pull? How many leads turn into apps? How many pull through to actually funded loans? Okay. Once you know you have a profitable ad campaign, then you can start spending more on that ad until essentially the cost per lead goes up or the monetization is capped on that. And then you do another ad and you just make small tweaks one at a time, not a bunch. You don't want to create a bunch of different variables. And all you do is just repeat and scale, repeat and scale. So this might all seem a little bit overwhelming for you. I can understand that. It was for me, but I've spent a lot of time, money, and energy on things that you don't have to spend time, money, and energy on. And so I've taken what I know works and put it into a free mini course for you. All you need to do is scan this QR code and then put in your name, email, and phone, and I will deliver you this course and you'll be able to get instant access to it, be able to log in and log out whenever you want. And in it, you're going to get a Google Doc with links to successful realtor ads. So the specific ads that they're running, along with the library of ads that they run. So if they're only running one ad, you'll just get the ad. But some of these realtors are running 10, 15 ads. So you get to actually see the entire library of what they're running. Also, for the different ads that we showed you, so like open house, home evaluation, we're going to provide you 6 versions of headlines already written for you and primary text already written for you. And then step-by-step instructions on how to launch your ads. Now, again, if you don't know how to do the pictures that we showed you, we'll get you in touch with the person that I use on Fiverr, and they'll send you the Canva. And then if you don't have a CRM, don't worry about that as well. I know a bunch of solutions, including the one that I personally use and like, but we can always go ahead and talk about that when we do our consultation together. All right, I want to thank every one of you for joining today. And next week, I'm really excited. We're going to talk about the secrets of ChatGPT for AI for real estate. It's a great course, regardless, again, of your tech skills. I think it's important for you to at least know about this technology because it really comes in handy for a lot of things that I do, even just writing emails for people. It starts to learn what you're doing each and every day, and it's only going to get more and more powerful. So you want to be able to take advantage of this. And if you still have questions right now about Facebook, you're not really sure if you want to do it or not, by all means, scan this QR code, put yourself on my calendar, schedule a call with me. We'll go through it. You don't need to sign up for the mini course or anything. Just schedule a call. If you've ran Facebook ads and you failed and you just want to know what's going to be different this time, or you've heard from others that it didn't work for them, or you just have some specific questions before you get into Facebook, let's hop on the phone. Let's discuss them. I'll either tell you that it's not a good fit for you to run Facebook ads, and at least you know, or we'll get you out there and running them so that you can start to be successful on Facebook and Facebook leads as well. All right. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next week.